Photosynthesis is the process of converting light energy into chemical energy for the plant. This is done through the light and dark reactions, or the Calvin cycle. Photosynthesis happens in the leaves of the plant inside of the chloroplasts of plant cells. These chloroplasts are made up of a double membrane, the stroma, which is the gel-like, so kind of like the cytoplasm of the chloroplast, and thylakoid, which is just one part of the stack. Photosynthesis happens in two parts. We have the light reactions and the dark reactions, or Calvin cycle. Right now, chlorophyll is an important part of the light reactions, as it is located in the PS1 and PS2 complexes. Chlorophyll is what gives the leaves that greenish color. And these chlorophyll actually are the ones which are able to take in that light energy and pass it along to electrons. These the light reaction all starts in PS2 over here, where the chlorophyll takes in that light energy right here, and then it bounces it to this electron, which makes it go into a higher energy state. It then passes that energy along over here until it reaches the electron acceptor, which passes it to the electron transport chain. However, as you know, PS2 is now missing 2 electrons. It needs to refill these electrons, and it does that through water, or H2O. The H2O is broken up into 3 components: the 2 more electrons, which refills PS2, and oxygen, or O2, which is actually taken across the thylakoid membrane right over here and then sent out of the cell because it's a byproduct. And hydrogen. This hydrogen is going to come important later, as it is going to build up inside of the thylakoid. Now then, back to the excited electrons. These excited electrons go right over here. This is kind of like a carrier protein, but it is called the cytochrome complex, which pumps hydrogen ions from the stroma into the thylakoid. So right now we have more and more hydrogen building up in here. It's important to keep that in mind. So now our excited electrons start falling from this piece. Energy is being used right over here, and it goes over here to the PS1, the photosystem 1 complex. What you think would happen is that it would be used up here with the light. However, PS1 actually, well, since this all happens simultaneously, has already used its own 2 more electrons. The chlorophyll takes in that light energy, passes it along to these electrons, and it sends it off into the electron transport chain through the electron acceptor right over here. Okay, and the electrons from over here from PS2 are the ones that actually refill PS1. Right now we're following these excited electrons. It's going over here where NADP DP plus swoops in with the hydrogen ion, which it has grabbed, and uses the energy from these 2 electrons in order to make NADPH, which is then sent into the Calvin cycle. Okay, and talking about over here, since we've been talking about it explicitly, how it is the hydrogen ions are being kind of having a buildup inside of the thylakoid. These hydrogens do not want to be in here because it is going against the concentration gradient, and they want to go with it. And then what they'll go through is through the ATP synthase right over here. So what the ATP synthase does is it uses the energy from the concentration gradient, or another word for it is chemosmosis. It uses the energy from the concentration gradient in order to bring together 1 ADP and 1 inorganic phosphate in order to make ATP. ATP and NADPH are both sent across the thylakoid membrane into the stroma, where the Calvin cycle will all happen.